Today we're going to explore something that deeply touches the hearts of many: loneliness. Why is it that so many of us, who carry a special purpose within, face moments of such profound solitude? It feels like a contradiction, doesn't it? To have a grand calling, yet feel unsupported, misunderstood, or even distanced from those around us. But what if this loneliness isn't a mistake? What if, in fact, it's an essential part of the path you're walking as someone chosen for something greater? That's what we're going to uncover together today. We're going to dive deep to understand how this feeling of isolation is directly tied to your mission, your unique energy, and your spiritual growth. Because more often than not, what feels like a burden is actually one of the greatest gifts you could ever receive. Have you ever noticed how at times your presence triggers unexpected reactions in others? As if there's something about you that unsettles them, even when you haven't said or done anything? Or how you often feel like you're walking a completely different path from most people? I want you to know that these experiences aren't random. They carry a higher purpose. And as you begin to understand the reasons behind them, you'll see that this loneliness you feel doesn't mean you're truly alone. It's actually a sign that you're undergoing a profound process of transformation. Think about that for a moment. How have you been dealing with these periods of loneliness? I want to hear your story. Share your experiences in the comments, because I believe that when we share our journeys, we find strength in one another. As a community, we are more than just individuals. We are reflections of a greater light. And here's something you need to remember. Your light is unique. It's not ordinary, nor is it subtle. It's intense, powerful, and because of that, it inevitably leaves an impact on the environment and the people around you. Now, imagine walking into a completely dark room and suddenly turning on a bright, powerful light. Some people in that moment will feel relief. They'll be grateful to finally see clearly. But others, accustomed to the darkness, may feel discomfort. The light, in a way, exposes what was hidden, and not everyone is ready to face that. That's exactly what happens with your energy. Your presence doesn't just take up space, it transforms it. Your vibration unconsciously invites others to look within themselves, to confront truths they may have been avoiding. And have you noticed how sometimes people distance themselves from you without explanation? Or how certain conversations, no matter how simple they seem, carry an unexpected weight or tension you can't quite understand? This doesn't happen because you're doing something wrong. On the contrary, it's a reflection of your energy. Your light acts as a mirror, showing others what's inside them, things they may not be ready or willing to see. These moments may feel lonely, but I want you to understand something very important. They are a testament to the power you carry. It's not that you're alone, it's that you're growing. And sometimes, growth requires a sacred space where you can connect with yourself without external interference. Your journey is unique, and the solitude is a crucial part of it. That's why the distance from others isn't always about you. In fact, most of the time, it's about them. Facing one's own shadows, weaknesses, or fears is something many people avoid at all costs. And your light, unintentionally, ends up illuminating the things they'd rather keep hidden. Let's be honest, no one likes to confront the parts of themselves that are dormant or unresolved. It's uncomfortable, even painful. But here's something you need to remember. Your light is not the problem, nor is it a burden. It's a rare gift, something the world desperately needs, even if some people aren't yet able to recognize it. And while it may seem like your light pushes others away, the truth is that it's creating space for those who truly need and are ready to stand by your side to come closer at the right time. Everything has its season. The right people will find you when they're prepared to walk alongside you. Your elevated energy has a powerful effect. It acts as a mirror. But this is no ordinary mirror. It doesn't judge, criticize, or deceive. It simply reflects the truth. And for many, that truth can be overwhelming. Imagine someone carrying unresolved pain or years of suppressed trauma. When they encounter your elevated vibration, something within them begins to stir, often without them even realizing it. Your presence acts as a catalyst, awakening feelings or thoughts buried beneath layers of denial. Yet not everyone is ready for that awakening. For some, confronting these emotions is too difficult, and the easiest path is to step away. It's not that these people don't care about you or don't value your presence. They're simply navigating their own internal processes. Sometimes your energy transforms so profoundly that it sparks a need for healing, something that at first can feel uncomfortable or even painful. This discomfort manifests in many ways. Maybe someone you shared a special connection with starts to pull away without explanation. Or perhaps you notice that certain people avoid deep conversations, choosing instead to remain on the surface. This isn't a reflection of you, but of their resistance to what your light awakens. It's a defense mechanism, an attempt to avoid facing what they're not ready to confront. And here's the most fascinating part. Many of the people who distance themselves now may return one day when they're more prepared to deal with their own shadows. Your energy, even if only briefly, has already planted a seed of transformation within them. And when that seed begins to grow, they will remember you. They'll remember how your presence was the starting point for something much greater. In the meantime, I know this situation can be painful. Feeling like you're alone or that your presence causes discomfort isn't easy. But I want you to see it differently. Your solitude is not a punishment, it's preparation. Every separation, every moment when you feel like you don't belong, is an opportunity to turn inward and rediscover your own strength. Loneliness, as challenging as it may seem, is the universe's way of inviting you to reconnect with your essence. It's as if it's whispering, now is the time to take care of yourself, to heal your wounds, and to strengthen your light. In this space of introspection, you find what truly matters, who you are at your core, without external distractions. When you're surrounded by external noise, people, responsibilities, distractions, it's nearly impossible to hear the voice that truly matters, your own. But solitude, that silence we often try to avoid, creates a unique space, a space where the world quiets down and you can finally listen to yourself. It's true that this moment of isolation can feel uncomfortable. It forces you to look at parts of yourself you may have ignored for a long time, old wounds that linger, limiting beliefs that hold you back, pains you've tried to bury, but that still linger beneath the surface. Confronting these things isn't easy, but it's necessary. The most interesting thing is what happens after this confrontation. When you face your shadows, you begin to see the strength that has always existed within you. Every wound you transform into a lesson, every part of yourself you heal, becomes a pillar of your wisdom. In this sense, loneliness is not a punishment. It's a spiritual workshop. It's where you refine your essence, stripping away what no longer serves you and revealing the truth of who you are. And do you know what happens when you embrace this process? You start to realize that many of the things that used to hurt or limit you lose their power over you. That need for external validation, for seeking others' approval, begins to fade. In its place, something much stronger takes root, the certainty that your connection with yourself and the universe is all you truly need. Of course, this journey isn't always linear, nor is it always comfortable. There will be days when the loneliness feels heavy. You'll wonder why you're alone, why no one seems to understand you, or why the people you thought would stay by your side ended up drifting away. These moments are challenging, but they're also essential. They teach you that the answers you're searching for aren't outside of you, they're within. Loneliness is also a portal to the divine. When everything around you quiets down, you begin to notice signs that were always there but went unnoticed. You feel the presence of the universe, of something greater, guiding every step of your journey. It's as if, in this space of introspection, you're reminded that even when no one seems to be nearby, you are never truly alone. And there's something powerful that loneliness does. It brings buried wounds to the surface. It's as if these old pains are finally given permission to emerge. At first, this can be frightening and even painful. But here's the truth. These wounds don't surface to hurt you further. They rise to be healed. When you choose to face them, something transformative happens. These wounds stop being burdens and become lessons. They transform into wisdom, strength, and freedom. Every hurt you faced, every rejection you've endured, every moment of misunderstanding, all of it carries a lesson. It may not have been easy to go through these experiences, but they taught you how to rise, how to know yourself on a deeper level, and most importantly, how to recognize the unshakable worth that exists within you. Think of your life as a journey where every challenge is a piece of a larger puzzle. Every pain you transform into strength adds clarity to the image that's forming. A picture that, in the end, reflects the truth of who you are. someone who not only survived the challenges, but who flourished because of them. Transforming wounds into strength is at its core an act of liberation. It's understanding that the traumas you've experienced are chapters in your story, but they don't have to define your destiny. They may have shaped who you are today, but they don't hold the power to determine who you'll become. When you allow yourself to heal, you stop carrying these traumas as burdens and begin using them as tools to build something extraordinary. The rejection you faced throughout your life wasn't a punishment. It was a silent teacher, helping you learn how to value yourself more. The isolation that once felt unbearable was actually an invitation to find strength in your own company, to realize that your essence is enough, that it is powerful. And something extraordinary happens when you begin to carry that strength within you. You become a living example of resilience and transformation. The people who once didn't understand you may begin to see your light differently. Those who distance themselves might even be inspired by the changes they see in you, by the strength you've cultivated. Beyond that, your transformed energy starts to attract new connections. Relationships that not only complement who you are, but help you grow and expand even further. That's the magic of this process. The loneliness that once felt like a weight becomes the foundation for more aligned, more genuine, and more deeply connected relationships. It's important to remember that this process doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. Every small step you take toward healing, self-discovery, and wholeness is part of a divine preparation. No matter how lonely it feels right now, know that you're being shaped for something much greater. When you begin to transform your wounds into wisdom, loneliness stops feeling like a punishment and reveals itself as preparation. It's as if the universe is creating space within and around you for healthier, more aligned connections to come into your life. During this period of solitude, you learn something essential: how to set clear and healthy boundaries. You begin to understand what you truly desire in relationships, whether in friendship, love, or even family bonds. Most importantly, you come to realize that you no longer have to accept less than you deserve. Think about it for a moment. How could you build something genuine and meaningful with someone else if you weren't yet at peace with yourself? Loneliness is the time the universe gives you to truly know yourself, to identify your values, your needs, and what truly resonates with your heart. And when you reach that level of inner clarity, something wonderful happens. You no longer feel the need to chase connections. They start to appear naturally. People who share your vibration, who recognize your light and are not threatened by it, begin to gravitate toward you. This is the beauty of transformation. The more you heal, the more aligned you become with your purpose and the relationships meant to walk beside you. It's not the end of your journey, it's just the beginning of a new chapter, one built on strength, authenticity, and the wisdom gained from every step you've taken. These people don't come into your life to compete or judge. They come to walk beside you. They, too, are on journeys of healing. And when they see someone like you who understands that process, a genuine connection is formed. These relationships aren't shallow. They are deep, enriching, and built on mutual exchange and reciprocity. Isolation, as challenging as it may be, also teaches you something invaluable: to prioritize quality over quantity. It's not about being surrounded by crowds. It's about building bonds that truly matter. Bonds where there's mutual growth, respect, and a love that uplifts rather than drains. But it's essential to remember that this transition takes time. These connections don't appear instantly, and that's okay. The universe has its own rhythm, and your role is to trust that flow. While you do your part, healing your wounds and aligning your energy, what is meant for you is being carefully prepared. When those connections finally arrive, you'll realize that the period of solitude was worth it. Suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by people who understand who you are at your core. People who not only accept you, but encourage you to shine even brighter. And as this happens, something even more profound begins to unfold: a deeper connection with the divine. By clearing external distractions and healing your inner wounds, you create a space where you can clearly feel the presence of something greater. It's a force that not only sustains you, but also guides you. A force that reminds you that even in your hardest moments, you are never truly alone. This connection with the divine isn't just a source of comfort. It's a transformative wellspring of strength. It helps you see that every difficulty you faced, the isolation, the rejections, the hard lessons, has been part of a greater plan. Every piece of your journey has a purpose, and nothing was in vain. Every step you've taken, even those marked by pain or uncertainty, has brought you to this exact moment. A point where you can start to see that you are in the right place, living the process you are meant to live. It's an awakening that comes only to those who have the courage to keep walking, even when the destination isn't fully clear. Along this journey, you begin to notice signs around you. They might appear subtly, like vivid dreams, sudden intuitions, or synchronicities that seem to answer the deepest questions of your heart. These signs are whispers from the universe, gentle reminders that you're not alone, that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, even if you can't yet see the whole picture. As this connection with the divine deepens, something extraordinary happens. Your faith begins to grow stronger, not necessarily a religious faith, but a quiet trust in the flow of life, a certainty that everything has a purpose and that the universe is always working for your highest good. With that, a renewed confidence in yourself emerges, along with the clarity to make decisions that align with your truth. This faith also leads you to a clearer understanding of your greater purpose. Perhaps deep down, you've always felt you're here for something more meaningful, something that goes beyond the ordinary. You sense that there is a special reason for the experiences you've had and the challenges you've overcome. That purpose, now more apparent, begins to weave itself into your essence, intertwining with the connection you have to the divine. And do you know what's most beautiful? This purpose doesn't need to be something grand in the eyes of the world. It can be as simple as helping others find their own light, bringing healing through your words or actions, or being an inspiration to those still lost in darkness. No matter the form it takes, the important thing is that you begin to live as a genuine expression of something greater, proving that it is possible to walk through pain and find meaning on the other side. In this moment, the loneliness that once seemed unbearable transforms into the greatest gift of your journey. It was this solitude that gave you the time and space to reconnect with yourself, to hear your truth, and to grow in ways that may never have been possible amidst the noise and distractions of the outside world. With this renewed connection to the divine and the purpose now guiding your life, something even more powerful begins to unfold. Your energy shifts. It's as though an inner light, once contained, begins to shine more brightly, illuminating not only your path, but also the paths of those lucky enough to cross yours. This light isn't forced or imposed. It flows naturally, because it comes from a place of truth and authenticity. By transforming your pain into wisdom and your solitude into strength, you become a catalyst for change. Your presence, now more aligned and at peace, no longer feels like a challenge or a threat to others. Instead, it becomes a source of encouragement. You begin to attract people who are ready to awaken, to look within themselves, and to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and healing. The most incredible part is that you don't have to try for this to happen. It's your authenticity that does the work. By living fully as who you are, by embracing your essence without fear, you become a living example that it's possible to face life's storms and come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more connected. This transformation in your energy doesn't need an explanation. It manifests subtly, yet powerfully. Some people may feel drawn to your presence without even knowing why. Perhaps it's the serenity in your eyes, the confidence in your words, or the peace that radiates from your being. Sometimes your mere existence, without any grand gestures or words, is enough to inspire, touch hearts, and spark change in those around you. And in this moment, you realize something deeply profound. Everything you've been through, every pain and every lesson, had a purpose. It was preparing you for this exact point in time, where you not only become a light for yourself, but also for those who need direction, for those who need living proof that there is hope, even in the hardest of journeys. This goes far beyond the people closest to you. Your transformation ripples out into places and lives you may never directly know. Think of your impact like a domino effect. Every time you choose to act with love, compassion, and the wisdom you've gained along the way, you plant seeds of change. These seeds grow quietly, sprouting in hearts and situations that may be miles away or far beyond your reach. You might never fully understand the breadth of the impact your light has on the world, but know that it is creating waves that touch lives in profound and unexpected ways. And the most beautiful part of this process is that as you transform the world around you, you continue to evolve as well. Every interaction, every genuine connection, and every act of kindness creates a cycle of mutual growth. It's as if the universe is reminding you that by offering the best of yourself, you also receive. This may come in the form of gratitude, new opportunities, or that indescribable feeling of being in complete harmony with your purpose. Whatever shape it takes, it serves as a gentle reminder that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do. Shining your light and transforming the world one step, one soul, and one act of love at a time. But it's essential to remember, this journey does not demand perfection. Difficult days, doubts, and exhaustion will still be part of the path. However, now you carry the awareness that even these moments hold valuable lessons. They remind you that challenges are necessary steps in becoming who you are meant to be. And when you look back on everything you faced, the pain, the losses, the moments of solitude, you begin to realize that each experience was preparation. You have been shaped, refined, and strengthened to walk with greater confidence and clarity, knowing that you are aligned with something far greater than yourself. If this message resonates with your heart, share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Your story has the power to inspire and light the way for others. By spreading this message, you become part of a greater movement, helping to create a world where more people can find hope and purpose. As you continue on this journey, always remember that you are not alone. Even in the most challenging moments, the universe is working in your favor, supporting you every step of the way. Your journey isn't just about the destination, it's about everything you become along the way. And when you truly accept that the pain and loneliness of the past were essential parts of your preparation, something inside you shifts. A deeper understanding emerges. You are stronger, wiser, and more connected than ever before. This clarity brings peace, even in the midst of life's storms, because now you know that nothing happens by chance. From this point on, you'll also realize that your story isn't just yours. Every victory, every struggle you've overcome becomes an inspiration to others. You become a living example of how resilience and faith can carry us through even the darkest moments and emerge as light. What's most wonderful about this journey is that you don't need to be perfect. You only need to be authentic. Your mistakes and flaws don't diminish your light. They make it more human, more relatable, more real. Each imperfection tells a story of growth, of learning, and of strength. When you embrace this authenticity, you discover that your impact goes beyond words. It's in the way you choose to live, how you face challenges, and how you let your essence shine that truly transforms the world around you. And remember, being chosen isn't about carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's about being a beacon. Your light guides, inspires, and reminds others that they too can find their way to their own transformation. Every soul that crosses your path and feels the impact of your presence is living proof that you are fulfilling your mission. So be patient with yourself. Keep cultivating your inner strength, deepening your connection to the divine, and trusting in the flow of life. Your journey is unique and profoundly necessary. Every step, no matter how small it may seem, is vital to the greater purpose that is unfolding before you. And when the burden feels too heavy to bear, remember that you are never truly alone. The universe walks beside you, supporting and guiding you every step of the way. Thank you for being here, for opening your heart to these reflections, and for sharing your light with the world. If this message resonated with you, pass it on to someone who might need to hear it. Together, we can continue spreading hope, love, and light. Keep following the Chosen Light channel for more messages that inspire, strengthen, and connect us to the deepest parts of our souls. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, your light is unique and essential, and the world needs it.